Today I'm taking a first look at the all-new Makita cordless pressure washer. So something a little bit different today and new to the market, and that is the Makita cordless pressure washer. So this is an 18-volt cordless pressure washer using the same batteries as the standard Makita tools. And as you can see, I've not even got this out of the box yet. I normally like to do reviews on tools that I've at least tried so I can give some sort of feedback. But A, this is brand new to the market, and B, I'm a bit skeptical whether this can really do the job of a pressure washer if it's just got a battery on. So we'll have a try at it and we'll all learn together. So what have we got in the box? We've got an instruction manual, and this looks like the main item, I would guess. There you go. And the first thing I notice is, obviously it's quite plasticky, but it has got these sort of rubberized grips everywhere, which is rather nice. And where the battery goes has got a nice waterproof enclosure with a bit of a seal all the way around the outside. So that's quite good. That's quite a nice little feature. It's got various attachments that we'll go through in a minute. This one is what I would call the UK standard hose lock, hose attachment. I don't know if it's standard anywhere else in the world. And obviously something on the front there that can take the lance. Yeah, weight-wise, it's not that heavy. Hasn't got a battery in yet. And at the top here, there's a switch for 1 and 2, which I assume is 2 different pressure settings or 2 different speeds of the motor that will take the pressure. There's a little button here that pushes out to lock it, so you can't actually turn it on. That's not something I believe that anyone would actually use. What else do we get with this? Oh, so we've got a hose and a couple of nozzles, and that's it. There's nothing else in the box. I was sort of expecting another couple of bits, but we'll get into that in a minute. Anyway, so the nozzles, looking at them very quickly, have got this sort of standard pressure washer attachment with the same sort of setup as I've got on my Karcher and those cheap attachments that you can get from Lidl's, the Parkside ones. So I assume that sort of goes in there. Yeah, there you go. That's a pretty standard attachment, which also tells me you can probably put other attachments on this. I'm sure it all fits. And then you've got a nozzle at the front, which is attached in the same way, which has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different settings as well. This hose we'll get to a little bit later. I'm interested to try this, but you know, there's only so much you can do looking at this on the bench. So let's put a battery in it. That works quite nicely. And let's go and find something to try it on. Right, here you go. What nozzle setting should I put it on? I have no idea really. Let's just start with 1 and see how we get on. Okay, well that's water coming out. It's not really the strongest. Let's try another one. The nozzle spray patterns are 0 degrees, 15 degrees, 25 degrees, 40 degrees, and what they call shower. Might as well go through them, might we see what we've got. Okay, that's the most direct and powerful one, I assume. This is currently selling for around 120 to 130 pounds. I'll leave an Amazon link in the description if you want to have a look at the details. Actually, that's quite vicious, but quite direct. And then this one looks a bit like a sprinkler. Yeah, well, that's not going to do much other than cover something with water. Okay, so all of those are actually on number 1. So potentially we could get something a little bit higher pressure on number 2. Yeah, well, the motor has obviously stepped up a gear. That's quite a bit more powerful actually. Obviously I haven't got any detergent going through this at all. On the higher setting, Makita says this delivers up to 22 bar of pressure, and at that rate gets through just over 5 litres of water a minute, which is not that dissimilar to a basic mains power pressure washer, although it doesn't quite feel so powerful. You can actually see where it's cut through. That's a few weeks of grime there. The unit is around 2.5 kilograms in weight, so using it with two hands is comfortable and completely possible really for anyone to use. I also tried it on my paving slabs outside my back door, which have got dirty over the winter months, which, although worked similar to my mains powered Karcher, the flow rate isn't quite as much and took longer to achieve the same result. I'm not sure whether I would want to try to clean my whole patio with this machine. At this rate, it would take quite a bit of time, and I'd worry about the constant wear on this little motor in this unit if I tried it. Having said that, if you only have a small patio of a few square meters, then potentially this could quite easily work for you. One thing that is nice is obviously not having any cables come into the machine means that cleaning a small area is as simple as hooking up some water, popping in a battery and getting on with the work. I must admit, sometimes the thought of having to set up my big mains powered pressure washer does put me off cleaning an area. So I think for those quick smaller jobs, this unit has definitely got an advantage over the mains powered ones. So that's like half the story. So let me get the other hose and I'll show you what else it can do. So I've come down to the end of my paddock, which is well away from the house, and I just can't get a hose here. I haven't got a hose long enough. But you do get supplied in the pack a hose like this that can actually suck up water. So potentially you can use your pressure washer without a source of water other than just having a bucket or some sort of tub of water. So that can go into the water, sit in like that. The first thing you need to do is wait for the water to come up the pipe, I suppose. It is self-priming, I'm sure. Well, I hope so anyway. Any time this week would be fine. Oh, here we go. Okay. In this configuration, I think, is where this lightweight unit really excels. To be able to pressure wash completely remotely without a main supply of either water or power has a lot of applications. And it suddenly means it's completely possible to have one of these in the boot of your car together with a container of water, giving you the possibility of cleaning what you want, where you want, without having to worry about any sort of supply. Hey, that is pretty mobile. What else can I find to wash? So that was very, very interesting trying that out. The one thing I do have to point out is that if you're looking for the foaming attachment that hangs underneath this, or the bottle attachment that just takes 1 or 2 litres, those are additional items and they don't come with the bare unit. So what did I think about the Makita cordless pressure washer? Well, there's pros and cons. First of all, what it isn't a massive pressure washer that is going to clean many, many square meters of patio and will keep on hour after hour. If you've got lots and lots of square meters, I would guess you're going to get through lots of batteries. It's also going to take you quite a long time because of the pressure is lower than a standard mains power pressure washer, and this motor will be running for many, many hours, which I don't necessarily think that is designed to do. So if you have got many square meters of patio to clean, definitely look at investing in a Karcher or something like that that is designed just to be working flat out. However, this is a great piece of kit if you're remote, especially if you want to use this hose and you've just got a bucket of water or a tub of water. That does mean you can put it in the back of your car, and if you're going to get the car muddy, you can clean the wheels before you go back on the road. You could end up washing the windscreen or pressure wash the dog. No, don't do that. Don't pressure wash the dog. Someone will sue me for scalping the dog. It's probably not designed for dogs actually, but you know what I mean. To have it where you can use it remotely with just a bucket or a tub of water, this makes it really, really versatile and means you can use it in areas that you wouldn't normally use it. If you've got a small patio, then probably something like this would get you by. I think this is going to come out a number of times over the summer for me in small areas and areas that are remote, just because of ease of use rather than anything. So I think £100 and something to add to my tool collection has been well spent, and I think now I've got it, I'm going to be using it more and more. I hope you've enjoyed this video and it's shown you the sort of thing that this Makita pressure washer can do. I will see you next time.